off here with this page from Ingersoll Lockwood website. There's space. We have vote, vote, vote. We have a tiny rabbit. So let's go ahead and click on a rabbit here. And I'll have to share a different screen. So I'll go ahead and share the alternative screen here.
In the land of stars and stripes we stand so bold, with the banjo strum and spirits bright and gold. Freedom rings in every heart, come on let's say, vote like your life depends on it today. In the fields and in the towns where dreams take flight, voices strong and voices loud bring forth the light. Peace and prosperity is the call we heed. Vote, 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 it's what we need. Vote, vote, vote for our future and our fate. Lift your head and mark that box, it's not too late. Healthy, safe, and strong is our banner's plea. Make America great with your liberty. Every hand in unity across this vast land. Vote for justice, vote for peace, take a stand. Safety for our children, strength in every hand. Prosperity in every corner, so let's demand. From sea to shining sea where freedom calls, our ancestor spirits echo through the halls. They fought for this republic, let's honor their fight. Vote, vote, vote for what is right. Vote, vote, vote for our future and our fate. Lift your head and mark that box, it's not too late. Healthy, safe, and strong is our banner's plea. Make America great with your liberty.
Right, and that is that. Let's see here. So I'm going to play this video here. If you are watching this, just let me know.
My sole and exclusive mission
Here's the audio.
is to go to work for our country, to go to work for you. It's time to deliver a
Video uploaded
victory
for you on
for the
nothing.
American people. We don't win anymore, but we are going to start winning again.
I'm not just MAGA. I'm Gothic MAGA.
From mountain to mountain, from ocean to ocean, hear these words. You will never be ignored
Right.
again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
I'm actually analyzing it.
America will start winning again. Winning like never before. I will never, ever let you down.
This is Donald Trump's house, brother.
I will always give you my love. America is a nation
Really good.
We will bring back our jobs. We will bring back our borders. We will bring back our wealth. And we will bring back our dreams. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
All right. So that ends that video. See if I can find the screen here. So this is the final day. And I showed you that song, which was put up today by the Ingersoll Lockwood group, encouraging people to vote. There's this tab here. Takes us to the Trump Vance 2024 polling place. There's some interesting numbers here at the very top. This is in the address bar. I'm going to copy and paste. Let's see. We have Green for Go 410 28 12 1269 1717 Green for Go. So go ahead and share the Gateway Pundit tab just to give you a current view of the news articles hitting that website as we count the votes here. Kari Lake holds press conference outside voting location in Mesa, Arizona. Polls close at 7 p.m. Republicans hold massive lead in Arizona ballot returns. Voting site in key swing state, Pennsylvania, evacuated after disruptors storm polling station. U.S. military to conduct test launch of hypersonic nuclear missile hours after the polls close. Judge orders Democrat poll workers to remove misleading voter protection badges after voter intimidation complaint in Allegheny County. West Virginia Governor Jim Justice wins Senate race, flips Senate Joe Manchin's seat red. Trump declared projected winner of Florida's 30 electoral votes. Biden-Harris regime moves murderers and RWs into J6 wing of DC prison on election day. Oh, this is definitely what's at stake for the election, is those still in the slammer for that horrible day, where many who are just wandering around in the wrong place at the wrong time had their lives ruined for the most part. So we have an update on election day to kind of remind us what this is all about. Trump, a lot of talk about massive something going on in Philadelphia, law enforcement coming. As in a huge FU to Kamala Harris, Jill Biden wears MAGA red on election day. That is odd. I don't know if it's signaling. It'd be very interesting if Jill and Joe signal an alliance with Trump. Very, very odd, given the last 4 years. And Grazia, vote for President Trump like your country depends on it, because it does. So that's the review of the current set of headlines for this very special day. There's a commentator, Lord Nibla, hand pink waving, and then Mafia Boss has returned. We'll go ahead and take a look at the 2024 live stream from the Steven Crowder channel. Let's see what they're talking about at this moment.
Did we have a stinger for half Asian Library Richmond or no?
No, I didn't.
All right,
Come
let's
on
bring
back.
Nick.
Love
Nick, come
you,
on back in. It's your
I'm so
show.
glad,
I thought Nick was gonna-
Wanted you to be able to take a break because this is going to go for a long time. You missed it, Nick.
Do I look like I'm not in shape?
We have a
you look
better
great.
chance. We have a better chance right now. This show has a higher likelihood of being removed from YouTube than Kamala does on Polymarket of being president. She dropped down to 23%.
Yeah.
23% that she could win the presidency, and we're at 26% that this show gets removed.
My fault.
No, it's not your fault.
Well, maybe a little.
I mean, it's all of our fault. Look, it's everyone's fault. The fight's out there.
Well, some of it's in here.
Some of it's in here, but that's what makes us better.
Let me
Iron
tell you,
sharpens
I'm
sharpens iron.
tracking you.
And
Don't
we
you
have some,
understand conflict equal entertainment?
we do have some state calls to make. Gerald, which state calls?
You've actually, if do you want to call them?
Let me
where do I have
guess.
it? Oh, okay. All right. Let me
Tennessee.
call this one.
They already did that one.
All right. This is the one where you. Oh my gosh, he must be really upset tonight. I knew he was really upset about this first one. That's going to Donald Trump with 8 electoral votes. Is, I'm always disappointed in my home state. James the Raging Cajun, James Carville. I'm from the land of no deveined
James Carville.
shrimp.
Oh no.
The
Lose
best
out.
part.
Okay, so we'll,
Take it out the vein. That's what the flavor is.
we'll return to him. Let's continue this survey of what's going on with this election. Right, so this is a tabulation by the AP Elections 2024, AP News. I'll go ahead and refresh the page here. So at least as far as the tallies are concerned, things are in a favorable direction for Trump, at least at the moment. I was browsing this, and Pennsylvania gave me a bit of pause. Now, at this point, 32% of the votes are counted. It shows 51% for Kamala, 47% for Trump. So that is kind of unnerving. 32%. A very crucial state. Kamala's ahead. I wonder if this could relate to early voting lead by the Democrats with a catch up once they count the same day voting. I'm not sure, but this is the big state. This is the state that will likely determine the winner of the election. And it's not an obvious Trump blowout. So that gives me pause and concern for the rest of the election, despite what we know from poll averages. Taking into account polling averages, how Republicans are always underpolled around 5%, this would, at this point in time, seem to be an overperformance by the Democrats for the state. It's definitely one to watch. The other states are about as what I would expect, except New Mexico's interesting in that at this point, when 19% of the votes counted, it appears to be leaning Trump. This would be unexpected for the state. Let's see. So at this point, we'll just browse X to see what's going on here at the moment. So we have breaking from the persistence. Donald Trump has won North Carolina. So that at this point, North Carolina is calling it. It's one of the swing states. It's just as of 14 minutes ago. Going to Mafia Boss, initial post was Mill Op, and then follow-up comment. America has been in a state of national emergency since December 2017 when executive order blocking the property of persons involved in serious human rights abuses or corruptions was signed. So I understand that's an important theory about what we're seeing, which maybe time will prove in time or not. looking at these comments. Common Sense states, Scott, I think they're calling my state of Georgia tonight. It doesn't look like we'll have to wait until tomorrow to know what we knew. And here it shows 77% of the votes in. DJT is at 2.1 million. KH is at 1.8 million. There's Fulton County. Are we going to have shenanigans this year from Fulton County? Some individuals became famous that night. Ruby Freeman's one of them. Scott, you're a national treasure. None of this could have been done without you. I just want to give you a heartfelt thank you for all your hard work and dedication to get Trump reelected and to help our country get back on track. A bit late, but let's go. Donald Trump's odds of winning 2024 have reached 68.5% on Polymarket. I don't want to get excited, but I'm excited. Let's effing go. PA coming soon. Dershowitz Harris is saying that there are fine people on both sides. What is this? It's like a Breitbart article. Harris is saying there are fine people on both sides of October 7th. Monday's broadcast at Newsmax TV's The Record, Harvard Law professor emeritus Alan Dershowitz reacted to 2024 Democratic presidential candidate Vice President Kamala Harris running ads with different messages on Israel aimed at different groups by stating that Harris is basically saying that there are fine people on both sides of what happened on October 7th. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Just going through the X post, we have Kyle Becker here saying, it is over. Colin Allred has been banished to obscurity and Ted Cruz will win the Texas Senate election. Is it really over? Let's see. It's only 34% in. The Senate's very important, so you hope this race goes the way you're expecting. We have President Trump at Mar-a-Lago tonight with Eric, Lara, and Barron. And apparently Byron Donalds had won his seat on the House of Representatives in Florida. Congratulations, Byron. Apparently Brian Jack had won GA3. That'd be a local state seat, I'm assuming, or it could be for national. Not that familiar with Georgia politics. And we have Bitcoin pumping for some reason. Gunther Eatman saying that it's predicting a Trump win. And then, as you know, in several locations, there have been some bomb threats. So Rachel Maddow gives us this unhinged
more even than we had
statement.
Previously mentioned. Let me just reiterate and underscore and repeat. There aren't bombs. There's no real threat. The threat that happens here is the calling in the bomb threat where there isn't a bomb in place, specifically to try to achieve chaos, to try to get these sites evacuated, and in some cases to disrupt voting patterns.
And for kids watching for the first time election results, they should know that we never had bomb threats before Donald Trump became a presidential candidate.
Mm-hmm. Joining us now from a polling location,
Oh, boy.
so it's more.
For those kids who are watching, just know that it's only because Donald Trump is running that we have these threats occurring. This is his fault somehow. LOL. absolutely mind-boggling, the gaslighting sophistry that the MSM engages in daily. Completely mind-boggling. All right, so at this point, we're going to return to Steven Crowder to see what's going on there. Bear with me one moment.
By the way, in about 9 minutes, we've got Eduardo Bolsonaro.
That's right, our Brazilian friends. And by the way,
Eddie
they were
Bolsonaro.
I feel bad because they were relying on the election integrity map, and then we got DDoS'd.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. We didn't DDoS ourselves.
No, we didn't DDoS
You
ourselves.
can't do that, right?
But
I
you know,
DDoS myself earlier, but
Well, that's different.
well, I know it's because you had a while ago. We streamed for quite a while without you. By the way, clean up restroom number 2.
okay. Well, I'll get right on it.
DDoS
I
myself. at the
slipped. I almost
hotel.
hit my head in the back of the tub.
Oh, really? There's a tub in restroom number 2?
There is now.
Anybody know how to get that bottle of hand lotion off the wall at the hotel in the bathroom?
No, you're supposed to.
Well, I do know that you are the reason they have now bolted it to the wall.
This is why they give you 2 plastic cups in the room, Nick. You go in, you fill them up.
I'm at a home with sweets. I take a little ice cream bowl. I fill it.
Oh, that's a smart idea.
Tremendous.
That's just all the tricks of the trade.
It's like I'm
Doubletree, they give you
soaking in
Remember
palm olive.
back in the day before the internet where you used to check under the mattresses for dirty magazines?
Yes.
Yeah, now no one cares.
Bobby Slayton.
They don't come up anymore.
I was at a comedy condo in Cleveland, and Slayton was there the weekend before. I opened the freezer, and he's got a Hustler open in the freezer. some fat lady like this.
For some reason, when you said it, I thought I was picturing Bobby in the freezer like Beetlejuice, like
That would have been less scary. Yeah. He propped it up with ice trays.
It is a
What are you,
tough,
11?
It is a tough go
Is
on
Anna
the road.
Navarro looking at you from the freezer?
Yeah.
By the way, what?
I moved.
Oh, okay. You moved. Do we want to check in with CNN and let's see how confident Jake Tapper is right now. He's saying key race alert.
Yeah.
Key race alert.
See a confidence guy is now.
I am going to now bring you a projection.
All right.
It's got to be for
And
Kamala.
CNN can project Louisiana.
Wow, they did it after us.
A long time ago.
So you guys are
where
seeing it
you?
in real time. They predict the ones early that they shouldn't necessarily predict. And by the way, we're not saying that they're wrong on Virginia. It's very likely that Kamala wins Virginia.
Right.
But they're making a prediction again because they want to destroy your morale. But Louisiana, for some reason, they're calling later. Come on, that was
Yeah, that was a real toss-up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey,
It's,
look what's up.
What?
Look over your shoulder.
Oh, look, it's up. Hey guys, so electionintegritymap.com.
Go to it quick.
Go to it quick while
I
it
got to
still
tell
works.
you, this is terrific.
check out
You
that
guys have done a nice
screen.
job with this shit.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
All right. So at this point, we're going to go here.
That you can look up at 30 seconds and be like, you're wrong. I just looked it up on Google.
This
You're
is
an
the
idiot.
D-Day code.
Well, what about the
now.
fact? Sorry, Mike. What about the fact that the Black Panthers? Remember during when Obama was first elected, they were blocking different polling stations, not allowing people to go in.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania.
So he has quite a cap on.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I recognize
Pennsylvania,
the
less than
erotic
1
here.
point now between Trump and Kamala for Pennsylvania.
And the New York Times
Less than
has,
1 point.
where's it
Kamala,
at? New York
Pennsylvania.
Times, Donald Trump to win Pennsylvania by 1 point, Michigan by 0.8 points, and Wisconsin by 0.3 points. Current overall odds, 70%. That's from the New York Times.
So
Man, I
all
find
these
it- I
points
find it
there are
hard to
separated by
fathom
fractions of a
that
point,
his
meaning that the
margin of victory
election
would
apparently
be
could go either
greater in
direction,
Michigan than
despite
Wisconsin.
all that we'd seen.
That's
the projection.
I
Hopefully, there aren't
guess.
any hidden
Yeah,
shenanigans.
they're saying 0.8 by in Michigan and 0.3 in Wisconsin right now. So,
Michigan right now, I mean,
Dude.
it kind of, the numbers make sense, but some of the places that I would expect to be blue early on are not. I mean, which is kind of surprising.
Oh, interesting. I'm getting
Kent
ringing in my
County,
ears on the
Kent
right
County is
side.
full of a bunch of rich,
That
stuck-up
may mean
assholes.
that there is some type
but,
of
like, all those surrounding areas are going to go red. Like there's
coalescence
no way.
of
I mean, those people,
events.
That's Trump country. West Michigan.
It's a part of a
all
theory
Trump
that I will
country.
share with you
Like,
one day.
So I
Not
don't know,
today, but
it's-
one day.
It's not kind of not
Concerning the
surprising
nature of
that Trump
reality.
County is finally-
it's just so hard to really
Phenomena.
like right now. There's a lot of good
May have to
I
do with
see
what
right
you
now.
learn
There's a lot of
in a
good
given moment.
trends for President Trump right now. I don't see a lot of negative trends, but I don't want to take that and run with that and get excited. But I see a lot of positive trends across the board for President Trump right now. That's
Yeah, that makes me nervous that it
Yeah,
feels
it
like
makes
it's
me
going
very
too
nervous.
well.
I
You
used to
know?
live in Kent County, people. Okay.
There were that this looked a
Yeah.
little bit like 2020.
I'm waiting
You're
for
here, so
It's
obviously you're
sounding
the
a
good
bit like
ones, but
2020 just
look
for
at
swing
Look
states.
at Kent County right now. Look at the numbers. It's not good.
How many
Yeah.
are reporting?
Savvy.
17%, but she's over double what he has right now just with what's reported so far.
Savvy, they're talking about your boobs in the locals chat. Just want you to know.
Why?
So.
Why? What?
What boobs?
You can't even see them.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
I
there's
was
not
gonna
much
say,
we're
she doesn't
talking
ha-
about.
Yeah, there's not really a big conversation.
There's not much source material there.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know
that's
what?
that she went for the filter.
I put on a proper shirt today.
Well, I
all
can't
right?
say
Yeah,
proper.
modern
yeah, my
audiences
big girl,
now
Probably
can-
talking
Cody
like
bra.
that, though.
Yeah. They're talking about,
They're always great,
Saturn,
man. All
yeah.
sizes, all shapes.
Savvy pre-modern audiences,
So
man.
good.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for
Don't
Trump
hate
to
on
use
small
the,
things.
I'm waiting for Trump to use the schlonged word. Remember when he said that Hillary got schlonged by Obama?
I'd be one of the few women on the internet who gets asked to show her feet more than her chin.
Oh.
Okay.
They are nice feet.
Right
Unburdened by
now.
what was, yeah.
Yeah. So, geez. You know what?
What is
We've
he
made a lot in
thinking?
super chats.
Well, I'm about to go to
And-
Yeah, let me read some.
No, the chat deserves this. And I just want to send a sincere congratulations to Anna Paulina Luna.
Oh.
So great job.
That was
Damn.
the picture that was.
Yeah, great job, Anna Paulina Luna. We really love Anna Paulina Luna. Okay,
We
she's
got to
great.
send her a poll.
I agree.
She's great. I
Why
agree.
not the
Oh,
background?
George.
Yeah. So there you go. So calm down, chat. Everything's gonna be okay. She's very smart though.
back.
She's very
I'm a
smart.
thirsty one now.
She's very smart. Okay, so let's see where we're at. Ryan, you were gonna say something. What were you gonna say?
Fuck. I have no idea.
He saw Anna Paulina. He's like, what?
Interesting.
All the blood rush from his brain.
Yeah, he's like,
Just someone.
That's interesting. I think that the race is as close as it is. What it means is that the force of the narrative creation by the MSM is powerful enough to create a close election. If you had been paying attention and you listened to all of Kamala's interviews, you would see that it was a lot of talking without very significant substance. But that did not get across to apparently nearly half of the country based on some of these returns. So that kind of shows you the impact of the felon accusation and the property cheat accusation and the hidden classified document stolen accusation and the Russia collusion accusation and the very fine people accusation, suckers and losers accusation, all these different accusations broadcast nearly all the time, every single word perfectly chosen to dig the knife deeper into Trump's back. All of these actions, they have an impact, and we're seeing the extent of that impact, which I'd recognized from the beginning is quite impressive, and is really the main thing to overcome. It's just the information gap between the public and the actual reality that's within the surrounding of the public, what the public lives in. Our entire reality is composed of information, but we can be shielded from it by our own minds. So we're going to go ahead and check out another YouTuber here who's live streaming. That's someone I listen to occasionally.
Sound? You mean like the 3D ultrasound where you actually kind of see in 3D space? Yeah. I mean, we had the option, but honestly, I don't want to do that. I feel it's a little invasive.
The liberal hive mind.
I'm not, I'm not trying to.
His mind is unhived.
Peek too much. Just letting the baby do its thing. I'm just chilling. Love your stuff. Congratulations, and let's freaking go, Trump. Thank you, Pittsburgh fan. Budget Biker says voted for Trump. Looking forward to a normal life again. Yeah, I hope so. I'm just hoping for decent economic and fiscal policies. Is that too much to ask? Is it too much to ask that we don't, as a collective, in the West in general, move towards freaking communism?
I don't know.
How about
Man.
let's not repeat that mistake. Thank you for your videos.
It's
This is
all
coming
about
from
the
DJ
persuasive
Griffin.
power.
I've been watching your videos
Blue
since
ruling
2020. It
persuasive
makes
power.
my day when you post a video. Also, I have a little girl myself, and trust me, you are toast. She'll
Blue
have your
rule
heart.
critical
Yeah,
thinking.
well, obviously. I'm a
Permitting.
softie. I'm not, you know. I'm a big guy. I'm like 6'2", over 200 pounds. I do the whole machismo thing. I'm a big Greek guy. But, yeah, I'm a softie. I cried during chick flicks. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I think I missed a donation here. It might have been a... give me a second, guys. I'm really struggling to keep up. Let me see. Yeah, so Cody Smith, or yeah. Hello, recent subscriber here. Been watching your content every day. Love the content and buttery smooth voice. Do you predict that Trump wins the popular vote this year? I don't think he's going to win the popular vote. You know, there was some
interesting.
speculation
It's
that
kinda
might happen.
We just saw some of these returns,
But
and
you know, in
Trump's no
New
longer
York,
gonna win
for
the popular vote.
instance, even in Virginia, in a lot of these states, or in New Jersey, you know, a lot of these states seem as though the gap closed, but I don't think the gap closed enough to where Trump would leapfrog Kamala Harris. But I do think it's going to be way closer than last time. I think I don't know if things continue to go the way they're going
have
right
to
now.
worry about the red
I wouldn't be
mirage
surprised if the
that we're
popular
by.
vote was within one
So you
or
have to
two,
worry about that.
1 to 2 points, which is really good.
So we're gonna go ahead and
I'm a
move
UK
over to
socialist, but
Redacted to go
pro-Trump.
to their coverage.
Melania, which there's only beautiful pictures of Melania. So anyway, if you know this lady, and please tell her that she paid for 2 coffees for the hosts of Redacted, and I was tickled pink. So thank you for that. Big news now. Associated Press and Decision Headquarters now reporting a lead for Donald Trump in Pennsylvania, which has been trending blue all night. Now, Associated Press and Decision Headquarters are showing that Pennsylvania is now in favor of Donald Trump after a 10-point deficit just about half an hour ago.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. So it's neck and neck. And again, President Trump also right now with 80% of votes for Donald Trump. 80% of votes in Georgia, 16 electoral votes up for grabs. Donald Trump leading in Georgia, Virginia, North Carolina. Unbelievable. Wisconsin, Minnesota, the home of Tim Walz. Again, only 2% of votes counted, though, so don't hold your breath there. We will see. New Mexico, Arizona. I mean, again.
Betting odds now putting the
Red wave?
Putting Donald Trump at 83% chance of winning, 17% of a win for Kamala Harris. I keep thinking of that Rosie O'Donnell video that we played the other day where she said she needs medication at the very notion although, hey, I probably would have needed some medication at the notion of a blue win as well. So I have empathy for that. But I just wonder what are the issues that makes her so depressed. The fact that her kids may not be dragged off to war if Democrats are not in power. Let's say may not there. Makes me feel a little bit better, but let's hold our horses. We're holding our horses. I keep texting the kids to bring me socks. Somebody bring me some socks. My feet are like ice because we're on the ground floor and there is a snowstorm out right now that just started. It started right when our show coverage started, this snowstorm. So I'm freezing. Okay, let's go to some super chats.
That's kind of funny to see. I know it's like early, but it's kind of funny to see Oregon pink. You know, red.
Yeah, I know.
Red.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
No. But it's just kind of funny.
Hold your horses.
With no one reporting, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
New York Times has increased their odds of a Trump electoral win at 291 electoral votes to 247 for Kamala Harris. She has not broken, let's see, where is she now? She has not even broken 100, but as the West Coast states start to report, she will start to pick up some electoral votes and break that 3-digit number.
I want to talk about Georgia for a moment because the question was, would black voters come out for Trump? And It's unbelievable right now in exit polling out of Georgia that 25% of black men in Georgia voted for Donald Trump this election.
It's a large
This
percentage
is
last year.
huge.
And last election
And
cycle. and it
if,
won
again,
for-
if this is any indication of what
2020,
we're about to see
16.
in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia County, in Allegheny County, this could sway the election big time. And this will be one of those moments where Democrats are going to have a real reckoning. When you had black Democrats out there lecturing other black voters like President Obama and others coming out lecturing them about who you should vote for, you would be anti-American somehow if you voted for Republicans if you're black. And black voters seem to have had enough of this. We've covered it quite extensively on the show. Black voters saying we're not falling for this crap anymore.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, technically, according to Biden, if they voted Democrat, they ain't black anyway.
Oh, they're not black.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
They identify as black.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. And one of my favorite quotes from a story in the New York Post about why black voters are switching away from the Democratic Party is that they fell for the rhetoric of the Democratic Party that Republicans and specifically white people were the enemy, only to come around and realize, no, it's the government that's our enemy and not white people. And we feel lied to, and we want camaraderie more than anything else. So let's see. Trump has a 70% chance of winning, according to the New York Times. And Trump has captured the lead in Pennsylvania, according to the betting markets, by 10,000 votes. So that's a small margin. And we'll have to continue to see what reports. Right now, New York Times is calling Pennsylvania too close to call, but up by 1.2 points. 1.2 points. So if you'd like, we can go to some super chats while we wait.
Okay, so we're going to go
for
to
this.
super chats. So
While
I'll
we
go
wait.
off of this. At this point, I think I'll go ahead and read to you guys a section from a book. It's a book I read yesterday, too, on a stream. You just pull the book up here. So this book is 1900 or The Last President by Ingersoll Lockwood. So let's see here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and begin reading. There had been a strange prophecy put forth by someone. I'm reading from chapter 4, by the way. And it had made its way into daily journals and had been laughingly or seriously commented upon, according to the political tone of the paper or the passing humor of the writer, that the 4th of March, 1987, would never draw down upon American people. There was something very curious and uncanny about the prediction, and what actually happened was not qualified to loosen the fearful tension of public anxiety, for the day literally and truly never dawned upon the city of Washington, and well deserves its historical name, the dawnless day. At 6 o'clock, the hour of daybreak, such an impenetrable pall of clouds overhung the city that there came no sign of day. The gathering of clouds could plainly hear the plaintive cries and lamentations put up in the Negro quarters of the city. Not until nearly 9 o'clock did the light cease to shine in darkness, and the darkness began to comprehend it. But although it was cheerless gray day, even at high noon, its heaviness set no weight upon the spirits of the jubilant tens of thousands, which completely filled the city and its public parks and ran over into camps and hastily improvised shelters outside the city limits. Not until the day previous had the president announced the names of those selected for his cabinet. The South and Far West were fairly beside themselves with joy, for there had been, from their standpoint, ugly rumors abroad for several days. It had even been hinted that Bryan had surrendered to the money changers, and that the selection of his constitutional advisors would prove him recreant to the glorious cause of popular government, and that the reign of the common people would remain but a dream of the struggling masses. But these apprehensions were short-lived. The young president stood firm and fast on the platform of the parties which had raised him to his proud eminence. And what better proof of his through the belief in himself and in his mission could he have given them the following? Secretary of State William Stewart of Nevada, Secretary of Treasury, Richard Blunt of Missouri. Secretary of War, John P. Altgeld of Illinois. Attorney General, Roger Q. Mills of Texas. Postmaster General, Henry George of New York. Secretary of Navy, John Gary Evans of South Carolina. Secretary of the Interior, William Peffer of Kansas. Secretary of Agriculture, Lafayette Pence of Colorado. The first thing that flashed across the minds of many upon glancing over this list of names was the omission, therefore, of Tillman's. What did it mean? Could the young president have quarreled with his best friend, his most powerful coadjutor? But the wiser one only shook their heads and made answer that it was Tillman's hand that filled the blank of the Secretary of Navy, left there by the new ruler of the people's own heart. Evans was but a creation of his great commoner of the South, an image graven with his hands. The inaugural address was not a disappointment to those who had come to hear it. It was like a man who delivered it, bold, outspoken, unmistakable in his terms, promising much, impatient of precedent, reckless of result, a double confirmation that this was to be the reign of the common people, that much should be unmade and made over, and no matter how the rich man cry out in anger or amazement, the nation must march on the fulfillment of a higher and nobler mission than the impoverishment and degradation of millions for the enrichment and elevation of the few. Scarcely had the young president, his large eyes filled with a strange light, and his smooth, hairless visage radiant as cloudless sky, his wife's arm twined around his, and their hands linked in those of their children, passed within lofty portal of the White House. Then he threw himself into a chair, and seizing a sheet of official paper, penned the following order and directed its immediate promulgation. Executive Mansion, Washington, D.C., March 4th, 1897. Executive Order 1. In order that there may be immediate relief in terrible financial depression now weighing upon our beloved country, consequent upon resulting from the unlawful combination of capitalists and moneylenders, both in this republic and in England, that the ruinous and inevitable progress towards a universal gold standard may be stayed, the President orders and directs the immediate abandonment of the so-called gold reserve, and that on and after the promulgation of this order, the gold and silver standard of the Constitution be resumed and strictly maintained in all business transactions of the government. It was 2:00 in the afternoon when news of this now world-famous executive order was flashed into the great banking centers of the country. Its effect on Wall Street beggars description. On the floor of the stock exchange, men yelled and shrieked like painted savages in their mad struggles, tore and trampled each other. Many dropped in fainting fits or fell exhausted from their wild and senseless efforts to say none would listen to. Ashen pallor crept over the faces of some, while the blood threatened to burst the swollen arteries that spread into purple network over the brows of others. When silence came at last, it was a silence broken by sobs and groans. Some wept, while others stood dumb-stricken, as if it was all a bad dream, and they were awaiting the return of their poor, distraught senses to set them right again. Ambulances were hastily summoned, and fainting and exhausted forms were borne through hushed and whispered masses wedged into Wall Street, to be whirled away upon to their residence, there to come into full possession of their senses, only to cry out in anguish that ruin, black ruin, stared them in the face if this news from Washington should prove true. So then we move on to chapter 5 of this fascinating prophetic book. Before I continue, I'm just going to check some of the current standings. So this is AP Elections 2024. It currently has Kamala at 109 and Trump at 198. You see respective states in their colors. PA has just flipped to a light red color. New Hampshire has 52% of the votes in, and Kamala's leading 52 to 46. And certain counties in Maine are being led by Trump. Virginia has turned slightly red, interestingly. 65% of the votes counted. I do recall seeing something like this in 2020, I believe. And then, as we know, a lot of things flipped towards midnight and after. So going to take a look at Gateway Pundit to see how that's looking with the headlines. We have claims Trump wins Montana, Utah, Missouri, Texas, Ohio, Louisiana, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, Wyoming, Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Indiana, Kentucky, Mississippi, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, West Virginia. Trump surges in latest election odds, 77% chance of winning by NYT. CNN panel and utter shock after seeing huge 20-point swing towards Trump among independent voters in Georgia. Arizona judge rules polls in blue Apache County will stay open until 9 p.m. due to printer failures. Same thing, Republicans were denied in 2022, so times are changing. Let's see, bad side for Kamala, MSNBC, Lawrence O'Donnell already complaining about the Electoral College. President Trump projected to win crucial battleground state of North Carolina. Kerry Lake holds press conference outside voting location in Mesa, Arizona. I think we had seen that one before, so that was starting to repeat there. So now we'll go ahead and return to Steven Crowder, see what's going on here.
Wearing a mask alone in their car, that's not your friend. When you say, oh, we can just find common ground, no, you can't find common ground on a lie. You can't find common ground with people who have not roundly condemned assassination attempts. You're not going to see me find common ground on a lie. But I tell you, this is the most consequential election of our lifetime. Okay? There's my opinion. You know who I want to win. I'm not going to lie to you about it. Everyone is willing to do that to some degree. Everyone's willing to lie to themselves to some degree. We're not going to do it with you. And the fail-safe, what we have here, the checks and balances, the guardrails, is a team full of people out there. You know what's great about the people we have here? You know what's great about Lane the Brain and George? That if we were lying to you knowingly, every single one of them would walk. We would walk out there to an empty control room, and they should. They should hold us to it. So anyone out there who's saying this is only foul play, Colorado, they're full of shit, and they're lying to you. For the same reason that we're not calling North Carolina or Virginia, or at least we weren't maybe about 45 minutes ago. Maybe at the point now where
we're getting pretty close.
I think we're getting pretty close.
Yeah. So, but we do have somebody crashing our stream. If you want to, you know, he wanted to come back and talk to you again.
Who's crashing our stream again? Can you just tell me, not being so cryptic?
Dan Bongino.
Stream.
Oh.
Sorry, it's Bongino. They have a guest on, and they're going to go to us after the guest.
Oh, okay.
So,
get another swing and a miss from Gerald tonight.
There's been many.
We got someone who's crashing your stream. Really? It's not ready yet.
I mean,
surprise!
we can look
There's
at the
nothing
picture.
interesting.
There's nothing, yeah.
Hey, the fight's in Vermont, guys.
That's true.
Oh, it's
I'm
over.
getting
What am I saying?
information pieces at a time. I
was in a fight in Vermont once.
That part.
Yeah, I was in a fight in Vermont once. You know what it was? It was in Burlington. It was
Really?
a barista.
Coke factory?
It was
I
a
was in a
barista.
fight,
It was
too.
a guy with a. It was a guy. I swear to you, with a ponytail, a goatee, and a name tag that said he was a girl. I said
been a
no,
girl.
absolutely not.
I was in a fight in Vermont, too.
It seems like we were all in fights in
shit,
Vermont.
that's where I know you're from.
That's right.
Not really.
You were tapping my tree.
You're in a fight everywhere you go.
Someone else.
The voting booth, the bar, Vermont. Although Vermont, come on, when you go, you ski, you fight. There's not much else to do.
You can
tell
push
you what,
cows over.
I got to fight the voting booth with my wife. Shit.
Whoops. Can't call her that.
He's more. Trump 2.0 is so much more prepared. He was better in this election. He has a better team. They have a much
Better team. Way better team.
1,000% better
Most
ground
of them have
game.
us.
Pressler.
Most of them.
Yeah. Like everything they've done is
We're back to Cobra Cat
1,000
here.
times better.
Uh-oh.
So,
Well, you know what else?
Oh, hang on. We got a glorious meltdown potentially from Joy Reid. Hang on.
You just think about just the last 2 weeks and the things that Donald Trump has said into the TV that people could hear him say and do.
Like
the
a nine-head.
vulgarity in front of families with young children and the threats to do mass deportation and a violent start to his dictatorship on day one. And you name it. All of that gets you half of the votes.
48, 49%.
What does it tell you?
Can you just make up
we need
shit?
to really take a
That's my
step
response.
back and think.
Laugh.
Dude.
She went on. The reality is that when you push the narrative that like everybody that votes for him, everybody believes this way, is all the Nazis and all the ists and the isms, bro. When you wake up in that kind of a world and you realize that he might win the popular vote, he's the next president, you have to think, oh my God, what did I do? Like, what kind of a world do I live in? Because but that's the cope, because we will realize no matter what happens, the life goes on, it doesn't matter, we keep trucking along. But like, they're like gonna have to be in meltdown mode because they've settled on this rock that everybody that votes for Donald Trump is this evil human being. Well, then that means that over half the country are these evil, heinous human beings to them. That's the only thing that they can, you know.
Bro, I'm so looking forward for the memes and the videos.
Oh, that's what. That's what me and Gary
I need
forgot. We have the YouTube videos to watch everybody crying.
Yes.
Well, again,
the
and
compilations, man.
I need everybody to understand this. So mods drop links to our Discord for Geeks and Gamers. In the Discord, there's a section where you can put any media freakouts that's going to be part of our new intro for CobraCast if Trump does win.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Jay Hailstorm was gonna put that together.
Just lost 2 weeks ago on a Hail Mary play because one of their guys was fucking celebrating. Celebrating while the play was still going on.
Yeah, I said if.
I know.
I said if.
I have an update.
Well, that's the other thing we've learned from last time too. It's like, don't celebrate too soon.
Yeah,
Keep an
no,
eye
no,
on
no.
everything.
Exactly the
Constant
same way
vigilance.
last time.
Yeah. Go ahead, Savvy.
Minor update. Decision Desk, because it's getting roasted, has now retracted their call for Virginia for Kamala because
George
won!
won! For George!
Oh,
What I miss?
They should learn not to disagree with me.
We'll announce it so early.
There's still, that's just, as I said that earlier, there's only a half a point separating them in Virginia. And we're now up to nearly 70% in. We were having this conversation when it was under 50, and the margin is still basically the same thing. So, I mean, look, again, I'm not saying that Trump's going to win it, but it's a hell of a lot closer than 10 points in 2020. It might be one, two.
It's still trending in the wrong direction. Like, because he was supposed to lose this.
I got so excited I knocked myself out. Of
All right, let's hear an update from Fox News and our favorite boy, Sean Hannity, that nobody likes.
And
Our favorite boy,
she
Sean
never had
Hannity.
the answer why she doesn't think we should say radical Islamic terrorism. Why she wasn't asked about supporting a bail fund, 574 riots in the summer of 2024, or co-sponsoring the Green New Deal, or saying no private health insurance, Medicare for all, or sex change
All right,
operations.
well, he's just making an anti-Kamala point, so fuck that. We don't. I mean, we all support that, but
I share my screen real quick.
But does he really believe it?
Yeah, I heard. I can't stand Hannity. All right, here we go.
This is the voting trends. This is what a red wave would look like. So this is all of the unexpected going towards the red. Same thing if you look at the things up here. This is where people were saying that New York City had just basically handed him the popular vote, which obviously we don't know, but because there's actual arrows here, there's actual data that suggests that there's so much, red voting. Like Virginia was not expected to be a toss-up. They did not expect this to happen at all. But there's so much homeless stuff.
Really? Because Trump had been talking about it for a while, that he was saying we have a shot at it.
Yeah, but they just didn't expect to actually do it.
Gotcha.
Because everybody was so quiet in Virginia, especially in Loudoun County. People kept it hush-hush and even lied about who they were going to vote for.
Yeah.
And this is that account that you said to watch, and they're still saying, so that's who I got the Decision Desk retraction from. And then this person also says, I'm 99% confident Donald Trump is going to win the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania based off of the mail-in stuff. But so far, nothing else new.
I don't know if it's Kalshi, the betting, they're like the poly market. Right here, Donald Trump is in an all-time high in every key market. Right here. Presidential election, 84% chance of winning. Popular vote, 64%. Wisconsin, an 82%. Michigan, an 82%. Pennsylvania, 80%. Georgia, 91%. North Carolina, 92%. This is crazy, dude.
Well,
Dude,
it's not commenting.
I don't know what to.
That's their prediction.
Something bad's gonna fucking happen. Okay, that's all there is to it.
Why
Why
you gotta say that? Why you gotta say that?
Okay.
To what?
I don't. To something I don't know. I've got PTSD from 2020. So
everyone does.
Exactly.
And there's a picture kind of going viral right now. Barron Trump has voted.
Hell
So
yeah.
there you go. Dude, I wasn't quite sure if I was buying into the Barron hype. I think Donald Trump is 100% strategically hyping him up, and he's doing a great job of it. I think this dude's going to be a freaking rock star if he chooses to go down that path in the future. There's a lot of like mystique around him right now, and it's all because of how Trump's built it up. So,
He's Bruce Wayne.
he
Sure, he's not
kind of
really all
is.
out
He
there.
kind of has like hope.
Not,
Yeah. So I agree.
talking a whole lot.
Okay, let's see.
Have you ever heard his voice, Jeremy?
We've never heard him.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, we've never heard him.
it's
So-
tough to know anything.
I will say though, like Patrick Bet David said he spoke with him, and
Did you guys talk about
huh?
the Seattle police have responded to a group of Antifa riders? Black
Correct.
Bloc, the militants gathered in response to call for an election night attack on the former Chaz area. Andy, no. Has posted
good
that.
old Chaz.
Fucking
Good
Good old
Lord.
Chaz. You can care. It's been there.
Or
The
should go
chode.
and
The
check
fucking
out
chode.
exactly to see what they're talking about.
Yep,
currently.
Joy Reid and her meltdown. That's kind of going viral.
Sentinel. Yes. So
M. Katz in our chat says, everybody wear a red bra tonight. I'm on that, girl. I'm on
yes.
it. I did that too. Like I said, I'm committed to the warmongers being voted out. And I think that they should go back to the drawing board and ask themselves what they did. First thing to lose loyal voters, lie about the war in Ukraine, in my book. But we can go down a litany of lists. So what were you going to say?
Oh, nothing. I'm just looking at different data.
All
points
right,
here.
going again to Pennsylvania with 54% of the vote in. President Trump now has 50.8% of that vote count to Kamala Harris's 48.3. That's quite the loss because she was up 54% when most of the counties had yet to count. So she's lost 2% in the vote count. President Trump almost to 2 million votes, inching his way there with Kamala Harris at 1.8 million. And again, I'm going to refer you to the betting sites, which are putting President Trump's win at 83%. The New York Times now again upping the electoral win for President Trump at 296 votes, which would give him a clear win and would then preclude a fight in Congress and the Supreme Court, which would not be good for any of us. It wouldn't. It would tear us apart even further. I'm going to give this back to you. I don't want this on my
You
side.
want beef jerky on your side?
You eat beef jerky.
I'm telling you what, Georgia is about to go for Trump. I'm saying we are minutes away from Georgia being going for President Trump. There's no way. I'm looking at the math. It's impossible at this stage for Kamala Harris to come back in the state of Georgia, and so I just don't see how that happens. The numbers are overwhelming in Georgia. Hundreds of thousands of additional votes right now for Trump in Georgia, and I don't see how there's no way.
Just
So-
recipient ballot several times.
200,000 vote lead with 88% reporting, and the urban centers of Columbus, Atlanta, and Savannah are already in.
Hopefully it's poll watching.
You don't get to say that.
I do
until-
get to say it. I'm telling you, I'm
can
looking
say
at the math.
Georgia. You don't call.
I'm not
anything-
calling it.
I'm going to kick you right out of
I'm not calling it. Just go back to your betting sites. Let's talk about boobs again. I'm telling you, it's close and it's going to happen any moment here. I'm just telling you that it's going to be called by the Associated Press in just moments. I guarantee you that Georgia is about to go for Trump. And the same thing could be said for North Carolina as well. You have an equal margin right now in North Carolina. Hundreds of thousands of additional votes would have to come in somehow magically for Kamala Harris in the state of North Carolina and somehow magically in the state of Georgia. And I just don't see it. And this is the point
Now,
when
when they-
MSNBC is going to start to cry in their Cheerios and start to flip out because
They have been all night. And again, they like to blame subsets of voters, men, black men, women, white women who did not convince their men. They're going to start telling white women,
Oh,
like,
yes.
don't give your husband any sexual privileges from now on because of this. Just wait. Go ahead. Tell what we can say.
Well, I was going to say, so if they
You
officially
justify
call it,
law,
right, does that
exactly.
mean it's done, or is there still a chance mail-in ballots and all that stuff can come in later? Like when they're like, okay, that's it, it's called, that's closed, right?
Well, again, the way the Associated Press calls it is there a chance they'll calculate outstanding votes and votes advantage? So is there a chance that even though we are still counting in North Carolina with the votes, now President Trump over about 200,000, almost 300,000 votes in advance, who is outstanding? Could she make up 300,000 votes? That's not likely. So that's why they've called North Carolina for President Trump.
Algoretto
Because I'm just curious
thank you.
if we're going to see another 2020 issue where it's like hundreds of thousands of
flip.
ballots come in the dark of night.
Right. It does seem like President Trump has broken that 2 million vote threshold in Pennsylvania now with 1.9 million for Kamala Harris. President Trump over 2 million with 50.9% of the votes. And Kamala Harris, she had 54% of the votes earlier tonight, has dropped to 48%.
I want to correct something, not correct something, just go a little bit deeper in this. Algoretto Clan said, dude, Florida is not a ban on abortion. It's not allowing constitutional right to unrestricted abortions and no parental consent required. It's a total win. Okay, so just to be clear on that. So it's not a ban. It's just not allowing constitutional right to an unrestricted abortion and no parental consent required. So that was the ballot initiative that was voted down.
Yes.
And it was a huge win for Governor DeSantis, as well as the legalizing of pot. So thank you for that. Thank you for the language there.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Important to be clear on the issues.
Basil Beshkov says trading places.
Here.
Biden with Trump.
Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and check out Benny Johnson.
With a Pennsylvania call. We're here. We're at the moment.
What moment, Ben?
This didn't happen. This
we
didn't
don't
happen.
Wait a minute. We don't know about this. It's not 2 a.m. yet, Ben.
Praise God. Thank God. We were on our knees, head bowed, praying this morning that Christ would save this nation and deliver us from evil. And now we are at the precipice. Now we are here. Ladies and gentlemen,
Where are we, Ben?
26% reporting Donald Trump is pulling ahead in New Mexico. If Donald Trump wins New Mexico, it is statistically and mathematically impossible for Kamala Harris to win the presidency. Donald Trump can't win New Mexico and Kamala Harris go on to win the presidency. It's not possible. Donald Trump. It is 53% called. 53% in, ladies and gentlemen. And Donald Trump is within 5,000 votes in Arizona. I'm telling you, Arizona will flip. Arizona will go Trump.
Oh, that's
the next
interesting.
update.
He's
Arizona goes
losing
Trump.
Arizona.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next update.
He's not
it's
blowing
happening.
out, Arizona, given what we
It's
know.
happening. The New York Times has now reported that President Trump has an 80% chance of winning this. 80% chance of winning this. And will reach 300 electoral votes. You're witnessing history right now. You are witnessing history. This is your beautiful country. This is the response to tyranny, to the silencing of our freedoms, to the silencing of our free speech. This is the single greatest FU in the history of politics.
I'm not sure if I can say all that.
Elon Musk has just posted
You'll see that it's like a huge landslide. Like Arizona is clearly red. Nevada's clearly red. California is a toss-up. In that case, you would say it's the hugest FU.
set match. What does Elon know? This is our American revolution.
Game, set, match.
Elon Musk is one of our founding fathers. Elon Musk is the Thomas Jefferson of our era. A masterful inventor, a skilled genius, a Renaissance man, And Elon Musk has just posted game, set, match. What does it mean? What does he know? Elon Musk just said that we've won. What is it? Kapow! Look at the betting markets. Look at them.
Ew.
Look at what's going on.
But the betting markets are going crazy.
Look at this. Donald Trump is nearing 100% chance. I'm losing my breath. It's gone parabolic.
It seems like you can make some
Donald Trump
crazy gains, you know.
Is
if
bordering
things
on a
start to
100%
slip.
chance of winning. And Elon Musk has just posted this game, set, match. Game, set, match. Elon Musk just said we won. Elon Musk is currently with President Trump. Elon Musk's in the same room as President Trump at Mar-a-Lago right now.
So this
Elon
is like
Musk is
speculation
in
that
the war room
Trump,
headquarters
Musk,
with Trump.
and
They are
individuals
together.
with their calculators
Elon
are
Musk hasn't tweeted for
determining
hours.
what's happening.
Put it up. Put it up. I'll show you right now. Elon Musk and Donald Trump. I'll show you them right now. Elon Musk is in the war room with Dana White. There he is. Dana White, Elon Musk, and Donald Trump. Epic. Here come the horsemen, the four horsemen of the American Revolution, the new American Revolution. Something happened, and Elon Musk just told us that we won. Mark my words,
be a fun
something
evening over there.
happened. There's a vibe shift. Did you feel it?
Okay, I'm just gonna go check in on something else here. So here we're on the Gematrix website, gematrix.org. So I put in game, set, match. So it's equivalent to 380 in Jewish gematria. We have Proton, Serpent, 111, Tennessee, Global Reset, letter Q, Artist, Strump, Sport, Present, Street, Marian, Barber, Sus, Predator, Spaghetti, XR. There's nothing really specific there. For English, we have Trinity, White Lion, Thank You, Twitter, Positive, E-Trademarks, XRP Moon, Intelligence, Lockboxes, Morpheus, Freemasons, 58, I Am Maitreya, number 5, Love You, Passover, Lion of Judah. Okay. So that's what that shows there.
There's a vibe shift in this moment. Elon Musk just told us that we won. He knows something. Elon Musk knows something. We spoke with Elon Musk today. We
You're right,
interviewed
Kevin.
Elon Musk's
They should
mom
have never gone
this
after her
morning on the
children.
show. We spoke with Elon Musk today on a Spaces on X. Ladies and gentlemen, something wild is happening. 24% in, Donald Trump is within the margin of error in Michigan. Donald Trump now officially has a 3-point advantage in Pennsylvania with 57% reporting. Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, is within 7,000 votes in Arizona with 53% reporting. It only goes downhill from here. Wisconsin has flipped back to President Trump. It is razor-thin margins in Wisconsin, 53%. This is the state of play currently, right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the betting markets have collapsed. The betting markets have imploded right now. What I'm going to show you will make your heart sing. Swing state odds. Donald Trump at 97%. Trump at 88% in Arizona. Trump at 93% in Wisconsin. That surprises me. That's really high. Trump at 84%. Michigan at 78%. Nevada, Trump at 86%. Ladies and gentlemen, this was just posted. Now they've already called Georgia. This has gone parabolic. We're going to win. Elon Musk just said, we've won. Elon Musk is in the room with President Trump in the war room right now. What does Elon Musk know? Elon Musk knows something. Elon Musk knows something. What's happening right now? We have made the decision on this program to do hard data and to bring you as much swift breaking news as we possibly can. Why it is the betting markets, which we ran the algorithms on the betting markets, people laugh at them. The betting markets were better at predicting the national outcome of results for the presidential election than virtually all scientific academic pollsters. So that's why we care so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the precipice. Look at it. We are one state away. One state away. And Donald Trump...
What state is that?
...is about to be
Arizona.
4 points ahead with 60% reporting in Pennsylvania. That's the ball game. I am going to tell you right now. Exactly
What are you going to tell us, Ben?
I'm getting information as we speak. I will not tell you who I'm getting it from. I'm getting information independently as we speak from Mar-a-Lago. What the Trump campaign is responding to with Elon Musk is Pennsylvania. They believe that they have data that shows that Pennsylvania is now officially out of reach for Kamala Harris and that the race is over. I cannot currently tell you because it is not my job. I do not professionally call states, right? We do it on this program. I got to professionally tell you that Pennsylvania is 100% a lock, but that's what the celebration is. What's going on right now is that President Trump has data on hand, and Elon Musk has spent an enormous amount of time in Pennsylvania, has data on hand that says that Pennsylvania is now mathematically and statistically out of reach for Kamala Harris. Here we are, 60% reporting Donald Trump at 51%, Kamala Harris at 48%. 3-point advantage, Donald Trump. 150,000 vote advantage, Donald Trump.
I'm looking at the total here. So this is a 110,000 vote differential that's shrinking.
This is a absolutely wild moment in American history. I am so excited to be live during this. I'm so excited that we get to watch it live together. 54% in with Wisconsin. Donald Trump in the lead. Donald Trump, 13,000 votes ahead in Wisconsin.
Yeah, but we remember from before, Benny.
The vote totals.
Remember from before with the little dash sign.
It gets worse for Kamala Harris, not better in these states. And Donald Trump is already ahead. 25% reporting for Michigan. Donald Trump is within a razor of Kamala Harris. Ladies and gentlemen, footage of President Trump at Mar-a-Lago just sent to us from our little birdies. I'm going to show you this.
Footage
ladies and
the
gentlemen.
Benny show.
Know this.
Just check out this footage.
Nobody else has got this footage. Is this the face of a man who's victorious? Show me the face of a man who's about to win. Show me the face of a man who just found out he's the next president of the United States. Show me. Killer Clyde, we got to fix
celebrating
that.
because he's there, not necessarily because he
Look at
won.
this. Look at that. Look at that Donald
We all
Trump.
know to stay vigilant, not celebrate
Look
too
at
early.
that. Look at that face. This is the face of a man who knows. Who knows what's about to happen. This is really,
He's a
really powerful.
man who's ready for anything.
This is
Yeah, the face of a man who's ready for
extremely
anything.
This is from Donald Trump
Which
at
what we need
Mar-a-Lago
later.
seconds ago. Donald Trump rolling through. Ooh, baby. Okay. Here we go. We got some wild new breaking news. Here we go. CNN reporting a huge shift towards President Trump in Latino voters. President Trump. CNN. Okay. Okay, that's fine. As long as everything else is solid. Okay. CNN reporting a monster shift towards President Trump, Latino voters in Pennsylvania. Let's load this as a play-beside. Robbie, let's rock and roll. I want to hear them say it. Pennsylvania race. Right now, too close to call. We got the map. We got it, boys. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. Wisconsin staying red. Check in on Arizona over here. Okay, we're trying to temper our expectations. Slow and steady wins the race. Donald Trump, 49.
Very close race
49
there.
in Arizona. Let's go ahead and check. Here we go. I'm telling you right now, Arizona is going Trump. Arizona's going for Trump. President Trump. So this is 50% reporting. They have 50% reporting. It is literally tied right now within 2,000 votes. 2,000 votes tied. And these are Red County, Red County, Red County, Red County, Red County, Red County. Are about to report.
Oh, I see.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
You're cooked. CNN is reporting that Kamala Harris's campaign is a campaign of doom right now. Do we have that clip? Load it up.
Yeah, load it up.
Kamala Harris's campaign is they have reporters there live. CNN is reporting that Kamala Harris's campaign is terrified and is effectively the mood of the campaign is a campaign of collapse, desperation, fear, and horror. Possibly because they're looking at these numbers. Here we go from CNN. Let's bring it home, baby.
Difference in the margin. So Harris is getting in Pennsylvania 58% of the Latino vote. Again, 6% of the electorate to Donald Trump's 41%. That's a 17-point advantage. But 4 years ago, Biden beat Trump with Latinos in Pennsylvania by 42 points. So that is a huge movement for Trump in narrowing that.
So CNN reporting that Donald Trump has now effectively changed the state of American politics, wherein Latino men, and by prominence and power and majority, black men will be voting Republican.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Let's go check out something else here. So now we'll go ahead and
vote could
watch
flip a
the
seat.
veil.
Remember, to take over the
87% chance. It's moved from
Nathan Stoltman.
lean to likely, and Trump's popular vote estimate keeps growing. And his electoral college estimate keeps going up. It's at 298 now. Caroline, I sent you a shirt a few weeks ago to Australia. Do I remember? Yes, I remember sending a package to Australia. You got it successfully. I'm amazed that that happens. It's not that expensive considering how far it is. What is it, like $30 or $40 or something? That's cool. Thanks for being a customer. Jedi says,
Let's see whether
LTV, is it possible to
he's looking at interactive map.
like the mail-in votes got counted in the middle of the night or something?
Okay,
I
I'm
don't
gonna-
know.
and check out the NPC show here.
But last time
right now, and we are counting down to 11 p.m. Eastern. That's when a total of 78 electoral votes are on the line. Most of them are in California. Polling places are about to close there, and also in Idaho and Oregon and Washington State. Kamala Harris is counting on Blue California to push her closer.
Well,
to
this
the
music is
270
exciting, huh?
needed to
Yeah,
win
It's a whole lot better than
the White House.
Fox.
Let's go back to
Jeez.
Abby Phillip at Harris Campaign Headquarters.
Break out the
Abby, you and
Adderall.
Jeff have been talking to people inside the Harris
Oh.
campaign. What are they telling you?
Here are principal promoters of Kamala.
Yeah, Jake, let me just give you a gut check here about what we are hearing here as we've been sitting here reporting from the Harris headquarters. And I think the operative word right now is silence. There's not a lot being said because the Harris team appears to be searching for bright spots in the map as these results very, very slowly come in.
Searching for bright spots and also very aware of the warning signs throughout the electorate in Virginia, in Iowa, in other places. I am told that Milwaukee.
Thanks for following Mona Joe.
That is what the Harris campaign tonight.
Thanks for following SG 1903. At least Stefanik has won re-election.
Never know.
We like her. She's got very nice tatas.
Also something that is developing tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I still hear from Harris aides that they feel good about
Hold on.
Georgia, but
Let
it
me
is
look for her
very,
tatas.
very close. The blue wall still
There you
remains
go.
the best option for her in this moment. So that's just
In,
Jake.
in case any of you are interested, these are Elise Stefanik's tatas. Very nice, eh? Best, guaranteed the
Aw,
best
man.
tatas in Congress, unless maybe Nancy Mace might. You know, Pelosi's are too big. They're just like blah, all over the place, right? But those are nice. They're just
They're
just
like
right, you know.
Really overlooking
Look at that.
AOC.
Anyways, back to this.
Yeah, this is my 7th presidential election.
I'm the first Asian podcast you ever follow. That's awesome. Well, thank you. Checking up on Carrie Lake, not doing too good. 51% in. The votes haven't been moving, so.
It looks like Curry Lake's losing
Let's go
again.
check in with all this. Oh, look at Palm Beach.
Livelier in just the last 45 minutes or so, Jake. We've been here for several hours, and that matches the feeling back at Mar-a-Lago, where we are hearing from Trump campaign sources that they are feeling a lot more optimistic about these numbers, boosted by Virginia, but also by Iowa, a number that proved wrong, that poll that came out on Saturday and sent shockwaves through the Trump campaign. And Kristen Holmes, I know you've been talking
Yeah, I'm still concerned about an overnight ballot dump.
Yeah, we all
So
are.
we're ahead in the game. I'm not spiking the ball yet. Pennsylvania. Wait, come on. Load, move. What's with the freezing? There it is. Pennsylvania. Yeah, he's up by.
This screen is freezing. This might be my feed of a screen, which is feeding. It was freezing.
The lead is narrowing now, guys, in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we have a
66% counting. He's only up by 2.4 points. It was 3.2 earlier. Now it's only up by 2.4 points in Pennsylvania. Michigan, Kamala's widening her lead. She's up by 5 points now. Wisconsin, Donald Trump is leading by 1.3 points. We need at least one of those 3 states. And we got 2 right now. But Pennsylvania,
Yeah, these states could easily
it's
flip.
not looking,
and looks like Michigan is
it's going the
there
wrong direction
on
now.
Kamala's side, or with her being at 5
Wisconsin is 58% counted. So we just have to hang on to that. Kamala's up by 2 points now. Virginia. Virginia is pretty much going to be hers. I think they. I mean, I don't know why they haven't called that yet, but Decision Desk has called it. Ugh.
Extremely close election after all.
So let's look at Battleground Georgia. First, let's just look at the entire map and looking it out. There's a lot of red on that map. A lot of red on that map, and that tells you right now, with a lot of votes to be counted, this map looks a lot more like 2016 than it does like 2020. And you can know at home what happened in those two elections. But we're not done with the count, so let's look in Georgia. Right now, the former president leading in Georgia by 136,000 votes and change at 51%.
That's a very narrow margin,
48%. 89% in. So when you get this close to the finish line, you're saying, what's left, and is it enough? Is it
2.8
enough to
points.
overcome 136,000 votes? So
That
let's
is
start
a
with
lot.
that. Let's look at where our live outstanding votes are. The bigger the circle, the more votes still to be counted. The color of the circle, how the votes coming in that area right now. So you do see a lot of big circles in Atlanta and the suburbs. Down here in Savannah and the suburban areas around that. Columbus, Georgia, down here. You see some pockets of Democratic votes that are still out. They're large pockets. That's a lot of votes. And if they come in big numbers, we'll see how significantly the vice president narrows that gap. You also see a lot of these little blue dots. They're not done in the rural counties in Georgia. And that matters, too. Because, yes, if you get a big basket of votes in Cobb County is at 95%, though. So you're not going to get a ton there. Fulton County is at 90%. It's the largest population center, so 10% can be a lot of votes because of the population
Yeah, I think we got
center.
Georgia.
This is the one.
New York Times has just stated Trump has an 87% chance of winning the presidency. New York Times.
More votes to come from in this circle of Atlanta and the suburbs around it that are blue. But we
The
also have more
enemy.
votes to come from in some of these counties out here. That one's at 94. That one's at 95. That one's at 98. That one's at 92. So you got a lot of the vote in these places. So Donald Trump still has some votes to pick up in the rural areas. The question is, how big are the vice president's advantages in the Democratic areas where votes are still out? When you're down by 136,000 votes, with 89% reporting, when those votes come in, not only in Atlanta suburbs, I just want to check down here in Chatham County, they're only at 36%. So again, if you're in the Harris campaign, Abby and Jeff are exactly right. They are scrubbing the books now. They're looking at their data projections. They are calling people in the states. They are trying to find out what happened here. How many people turned out? We're getting 60% of the vote at 36% counting. How many more do they get? And are they all ours, or are we splitting these votes? It gets frantic in campaign headquarters at this point of the night when you're trying to figure out, is the math possible?
Trump's lead in Wisconsin is widening. It is now he's now up by 1.3 points. About 25,000 votes. Kamala's widening her lead in Michigan. She's now up by 5 points, by 80,000 votes. Pennsylvania, Trump is up by still the same 2.4 points, roughly 110,000 votes. Arizona, Trump is up by 0.1, very, very narrow. It's like 3,000 votes.
Out here, in the Raleigh-Durham area, still a lot of votes to be had. Fayetteville area, a lot of votes to be counted. But again, look at those little tiny dots, right? Not a lot out there, but all those little rural counties add up for Donald Trump. So let's just come out and check where we were talking about. Right here, Cumberland County, that's Fayetteville. Only 21%. So this is where, if you're the Harris campaign, when I was in those Georgia counties, they were at 75%, 80%.
North Carolina is 85% counted, and Trump's up by 3 points, which is 146,000 votes. Is already being called by Decision Desk. It has not been called by Fox or CNN.
They're in the 60s, the 70s, or the 30s, right? This county is not as much population, but at least there you have some hope. Let's look at Mecklenburg.
Wonder what
They're at
irregularities
90%.
might
Now,
be
again, this is
captured
where
on
the
live
biggest numbers
television.
come in.
These
So
vote
that
totals.
10% can matter, but it's the only big county you have left, and the other guy has 145,000 vote lead in a state he has won twice. So then we come up here, and that's what made Donald Trump president in
All right,
2016.
one more minute.
He flipped the blue wall states.
We should be closing off all the other, like the whole West
They
Coast.
voted blue in every one of those elections with the exception of 2016. Right now, as we get closer into late night here, Donald Trump is leading in Pennsylvania by 116,000 votes Only 67%. So a ways to go there, a ways to go. The Senate race is also tight. Guess what? There we are in Pennsylvania. Then you come over here. He's leading in Wisconsin. This is a state, 2 elections in a row has been decided by ballpark 20,000 votes. Trump's lead is 26,000 votes right there. Again, battleground Wisconsin, very close. Vice President's team scratching to try to find votes. And Michigan, she's leading in Michigan, only 30% of the vote there
Vice President
coming in. So
scratching,
to
try to
me, as I
find
look at
votes.
this map, the blue wall
Interesting
states
terminology.
become paramount, Jake.
Indeed. Voting is about to end in 4 states out west. That includes the biggest prize of all, California, which has 54 of the 78 electoral votes at stake this hour. And we have a projection for you now. CNN can project that Kamala Harris will win the state of California with those 54 electoral votes. Not unexpected. Harris will win California. CNN is also projecting that Donald Trump will win the state of Idaho with its 4 electoral votes. So what does that mean for the electoral? Too early to call. We have Washington State with 12 electoral votes and Oregon with 8 electoral votes. Too early to call. Let's go to the electoral map right now. Donald Trump with 211 electoral votes at this hour. Kamala Harris cracks 100, now has 100.
My map has North Carolina on Trump's side.
Electoral votes are needed to win.
Why is hers?
Trump is 59 electoral votes away from that.
Hold on, let me go check the CNN map real quick.
Arizona, Donald Trump in the lead there, 49.6%. Kamala Harris right behind him with 49.5%. Donald Trump has a 2,356 vote lead with 51% of the estimated vote in from Arizona. Wisconsin, Donald Trump in the lead there too, 49.9% of the vote. Kamala Harris is 48.4%. Donald Trump has a 28,576 vote lead with an estimated 59% of the estimated vote in from the Badger State. In the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Donald Trump maintaining his lead. He's at 50.7% of the vote. Kamala Harris with 48.2% of the vote. Donald Trump with a 119,411 vote lead with 68% of the estimated vote in from Pennsylvania. In Georgia, Donald Trump still in the lead there, 51% of the vote. Kamala Harris with 48.2% of the vote. Donald Trump with a 136,328 vote lead. That is with 88% of the estimated vote in from the state of Georgia. In North Carolina, another battleground where Donald Trump leads, 50.8% of the vote. Kamala Harris has 47.8% of the vote. Donald Trump has a 145,388 vote lead over Kamala Harris right now with an estimated 85% of the vote in from the Tar Heel state. In battleground Michigan, Kamala Harris in the lead. She has 51.3% of the vote. Donald Trump has 46.9%. Kamala Harris is 74,838 votes ahead of Donald Trump. But that's less than a third of the vote counted there. 30% of the estimated vote in.
Okay, blah, 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 blah. Voting site in a key swing state of Pennsylvania is evacuated after disruptor storm polling station.
Oh,
Then
boy.
we got video of that
More
here.
drama.
Center County Election Office evacuation with reporter.
Hi everyone, it's Haley with the Center County Report. We are currently at the Willow Bank building where we are setting up to go live when police told us we need to exit the building because they said people are trying to disrupt the election. Now you can see back behind me that there are police flashing lights, residents, people. We are all gathered here at the lower parking lot of the building. We'll keep you updated with what's going on at 8.
All right. So that's interesting there. What else is there? Carrie Lake holds press conference outside voting location. Republicans hold massive lead. She's not doing good though. Unless this is out of date. Yeah, it hasn't moved. Arizona's numbers have not moved. I think they're literally doing everything they can to keep her out. They're going to give it to Trump, but they're going to keep her out. That's crazy.
Guess we'll see.
What else is there? New York Times has Trump at this is
True,
out of date.
Georgia wins.
It's at 87 now. He takes North Carolina according to Decision Desk. A bad sign for Kamala. MSNBC's Lauren O'Donnell already complaining about the Electoral College. Okay. Arizona judge rules polls in blue Apache County will stay open until 9 p.m. Oh, it's closed now. Due to printer failures. Same thing, Republicans were denied in 2022. Got it. Damn, I wish I saw that earlier. I would have announced it. RNC forces Central County, Pennsylvania to keep counting ballots all night after officials plan to stop. Look at that.
All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the comments here. There's a comment that someone made a while ago. So Kevin Bell had said, a couple of years ago, I told you I met a girl at Kroger Bar in Georgia, and she just got back from deployment in Cuba. I almost spit my beer out. She said that she couldn't talk, but said everyone was down. Let's see. Everyone was down there. Everyone I thought was down there. Yeah, I remember you told me that. That, you know, there really are individuals, public figures taken to Gitmo and not heard from again. I have my own really odd story that sort of defies belief, but suggests something else is going on. But I'll wait a bit before I tell you that story. At this point, I think I'm going to go ahead and close things down. Unfortunately, I do have to get up early tomorrow. I did want to continue to read from this book, 1900 or The Last President, but I have quite a few chapters to go. I think maybe over the next several days or into the weekend, I might finish reading this in other streams. We'll see. I wish you all a fair good night and a great and welcoming morning the next day when we find out what our future will look like, quite literally. Before I go, do you have any questions? Orion DZ asks, how can Michigan be pushing blue sounds like FRAUD? Yeah, how close these vote totals are is somewhat concerning. I played these scenarios out in my head over and over again for the last several days. I think we have the aspect of thinking patterns, is the way people live their lives and how they think about the information they view or read. It can take quite a bit of effort to get someone to change their thinking patterns. If somehow Kamala wins this, it would mean that in average for Americans, the concept of self-preservation or preservation of the family, defending the homeland against invasion, doing things that are in the direction of lower costs, like these self-preserving tendencies would not have won out even after the lockdowns of 2020. It means that there's another force that's stronger than that. That's what would be the case if Kamala prevails. Looking at things statistically, it's favorable for Trump. I'll admit I am worried about Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. We're dealing with literal good versus evil here. But assuming things trend in the way they're going, Trump would have accomplished what he needed to accomplish, maybe not in the flashiest way. And why it's not the flashiest just sure shows you the power of the darkness in the various lies that were told. The Trump campaign did fumble several times with messaging because you have to assume every single word will be twisted to convince people to vote against you. This individual, that cat says, thanks for hosting. No problem. We're glad to share this time with you. this transformative time of our nation. Perhaps a transformative time for our lives. I bid you all good night. Take care. Peace.